Hi everyone. As you know, building in public is never easy. Most PhD students doing the other side of this work get to do it in private. Iterate and then publish a complete paper. I myself am a lawyer and I have spent the last 10 years studying commercial, civil, and property law.
Yes, I'd say a bit more background on the team would help frame the ask. We come from a project management background in law, tech, real estate, and logistics. Personally, my father spent his career working as a diplomat for the United Nations between East Africa and Geneva, so travel was a natural part of my upbringing.
Over the last 5 years, we spent the pre-COVID and COVID years renovating numerous houses with a team that grew to be 100 people across New Zealand and Argentina, with only 2 full-time workers. Our preferred and learned method of collaborations has always been to bring people on board to projects as contractors, as this reduces key person friction and usually cuts down on delivery timeframes. Our real talent lies in connecting professionals to do their part of a job while we steer the whole project through the completion.
Last year, 2024, we transported lithium batteries, flexible solar panels, and energy-saving smart meters via sea and air freight from Ningbo, Shanghai, and Shenzhen in China to West Africa, where the items were sold and distributed. This process involved obtaining lithium battery safety certification for both air freight and sea freight, a process that is covered at the point of manufacture or at the export warehouse by the export agent for a small fee if the items being tested are not labeled as DG, dangerous goods. Items are only labeled DG when they have gas, acid, fuels, lithium batteries, or are susceptible to spontaneous combustion. A review of our BOM, Bill of Materials, show no batteries, gas, acid, fuels, or any items that are susceptible to spontaneous combustion in the carbon smart meter, meaning it is safe for quick and efficient air transport as it is a lightweight device weighing no more than 1 kg, including the box. So in the absence of a DG label, there are no other compliance processes required to ship energy monitoring devices internationally, at least none that we are aware of at this stage, having traveled with a 3 kg 1000 watt inverter in my checked-in baggage to Europe just within the last few months. The only other travel restrictions may come in the form of possible trade war tariffs, which we would do our best to avoid.
We've been through this process before having worked hands-on in the solar and IoT energy monitoring space. So a lot of what we are building now comes from direct experience with the hardware, data flows, and field deployment realities. Combined with first-hand experience living across multiple continents and holding dual residencies, we've developed a different lens on what's actually possible in frame, logistics, and cross-border infrastructure. It helps us see both the hidden constraints and the overlooked opportunities that others might miss. So as a result, we have built a web of manufacturers, freight forwarders, and distributors who are in the business of making and delivering items wherever required. An important update is that we have chosen to do our pilot run out of South America, most likely Argentina, where there are renewable energy facilities as well as multiple small to mid-sized farms who live off-grid in Patagonia and Mendoza. We already had interest in a device such as this where users want to be able to monitor their offset and potentially earn some form of reward on the blockchain for doing so. This gives us a strong client and user base, which we can begin with and build a loyal user base.
The device would be built to local standards with view of obtaining CE and UL certification over time, as these two particular tests do take time but are not a hard and fast for us to launch and deliver a working carbon smart meter in Argentina. The parts we are using are industrial grade, high quality, and are designed to last up to 10 years. This means the certification and testing process for CE and UL is shortened while already meeting in-country standards and that are required from day one, with zero international export risk early on. Argentina has previously had a long-standing agreement with the Netherlands to build frigates to EU specifications. Argentina has built submarines and has the technology to run nuclear energy facilities, and they have also built rocket launch pads, meaning the country has the technology and testing labs are readily available to turn our project around within a relatively short period of time. Both Pat and I are Argentine residents and will qualify for any preferential local pricing.
Yes, I am an Argentinian citizen with extensive contacts locally, including electronic circuit boards and solar PV engineers who have a lot of experience in solar. Argentina is also hosting Dev Connect next week. It appears Argentina was chosen to host this session of Dev Connect as the population are one of the most open to being exposed to new technologies, such as blockchain, AI, and actually have a need to receive payments online as their devaluing peso creates a significant need, on top of the whole country being digitally active. I am a part of a team as well exploring the legal framework for using blockchain in agriculture, specifically how it could support certification systems that give small producers better access to competitive markets. Since Argentina is one of the most impactful regions for this sector, starting the project here as both strategic and practical alignment.
Regarding the offsets, the flow of data from the smart meter to the blockchain via cloud storage for data logging means the flow is traceable and verifiable. Once on the blockchain, the data is now immutable. Only the issuance of the reward token is currently issued on chain via the smart contract logic. So that confirmation happens on chain. Having our focus more on commercial and industrial clients, our feedback is they are after the simplification and streamlining of the measurement, reporting, and verification MRV processes. For these users, the Carbon Smart Meter is a time-saving, cost-reducing device and platform that enables reliable compliance reporting for ESG, environmental, social, and governance requirements. For them, this is a tool that could open green financing routes simply because of the automated measuring, recording, and verification aspect. We save them time and costs, and they may choose to retain the reward tokens in an N3 wallet for future OTC distribution to their clients.
Importantly, further due diligence has uncovered that we should postpone any form of trading related rewards token that can be sold on a DEX for stables and focus mainly on building the carbon smart contract logic first. We are operating in a conservative industrial space and would not wish to jeopardize our growth. So at this stage, any other token has been sidelined other than carbon.
Our thoughts regarding Neo 3 and Neo X are to implement carbon issuance and retention logic on Neo by leveraging Neo's smart contract frameworks, native token standards, and new ecosystem features like Neo FS and Neo Oracles. These tools would allow us to build a peer-to-peer ESG token system that's both compliant and chain native. The Neo Oracle service in N3 would enable our smart contracts to securely access data from external sources like data lakes and other websites via HTTP or NeoFS in a decentralized manner, which is a key feature of the upgraded network that we are drawn to. It allows us to bring verified energy data on-chain without relying on external bridges or cross-chain dependencies. The truth is we do not have the technical capacity to do the Neo smart contract work ourselves. Therefore, we aim to work alongside the Neo community and ecosystem, potentially via bounties or hackathons, and we believe that this would be mutually beneficial.
Making off-chain information available on-chain for us also means we no longer need to look cross-chain for that data, which could potentially further streamline the registry approval process. The connection to cloud storage and data tables means that issuance could be done automatically without manual intervention as long as the smart contract rules are met. This is key and is a part of digitizing the entire MRV process, and we will definitely be contacting Vera and gold standards for their input on the final verification methodology before finalizing any smart contract code. Regarding the verification standards and registries, our entire process is designed to mirror gold standard and Verra methodologies for renewable energy offsets, but issued natively via smart contract. We are aligning with CORSIA and VCM principles for aviation and voluntary markets, with optional brokerage support for registry onboarding. This is raised an important question. If the data is immutable from source to chain, has been verified, and meets the criteria of existing methodologies, what would prevent these credits from becoming the first truly decentralized carbon offsets, especially if a willing third party were to acquire them in a peer-to-peer transaction for internal ESG or compliance use?
Regarding security, each smart meter will be cryptographically linked to a wallet at install, so only that wallet can trigger carbon issuance from that device. In a network of devices, say a power station fleet, we would create a central point from which all other meters connect and combine into one central command wallet. We use industrial-grade Hall effect current transformer CTs with tamper-resistant enclosures and seals. At the point of installation, the clamp is installed, a photo confirmation of the serial number and position are uploaded into the system, and firmware signs telemetry snapshots before the upload to the cloud. There is also an SD card that retains data offline as a redundancy. Smart contracts can check for timestamp consistency and optionally query already connected Neo Oracle or other services to validate solar conditions such as radiance, weather, and time of day.
That's right. Our one-click ESG report download ensures every issuance comes with a downloaded report showing device ID, timestamp, energy generated, and carbon issued. This supports peer-to-peer trust and, most importantly, creates a chain of data and evidence that will be needed to support an application for Verra or gold standard accreditation per site. To wrap this up, no, we are not claiming perfection here, but everything we are building is grounded in auditability and traceability and comes from a compliance-first mindset.
Could someone try to spoof the system? Sure, but it would be costly, easy to detect, and ultimately self-defeating. That's exactly the kind of integrity our industrial partners and registries care about.
If we miss something else, please let us know. Thank you.
Thank you.